What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. One of the top prospects in baseball just got canned for eating a balanced breakfast, and what sucks is he just made his MLB debut like 3 days ago, and now he's banned. Edwin Diaz is also in trouble. He's going to be missing the next 10 games after getting caught with sticky stuff. The Yankees, they made a trade to try and soften the blow of losing Giancarlo Stanton. Yes, he's out again. And Max Scherzer, he's back. The 3-time Cy Young winner, he made his season debut, and he looked fantastic. We're going to talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. And don't forget, Recap is presented by SeatGeek. Use code Fuzzy to save 20 bucks off all your tickets. And if you have not downloaded Underdog Fantasy, my code Fuzzy will get new users a $250 bonus cash credit and a free pick'em. You're welcome. Now, before we talk about anything else, we have to talk about Orioles Martinez, who made his debut on Friday. He has been banned / suspended for 80 games. Now, he did release a statement. He said that a doctor prescribed him a medication to try and help with fertility issues. I guess he and his girlfriend are trying to start a family, so I want to be sensitive to that matter, but he did disclose that he didn't even tell MLB doctors or the franchise about it. And you have to do that. You have to clear everything. Toothpaste, the deodorant that you use, just check everything so this doesn't happen. He's the second top prospect this year to get suspended. The first was Noelvi Marte, who, by the way, he's eligible to come back in the next week. He's 76 games out of 80 games served. Now, because we just talked about a Blue Jays prospect, let's talk about the Blue Jays. This game started off with a bang. The new look Vladdy, he might be keeping this hairstyle for a while. 440 feet on that 2-run home run. He has 2 in the series. He has 9 home runs and 33 RBIs, which isn't even close to Josh Naylor. But Vladdy, he's #1 in All-Star voting. Make it make sense. Have you guys ever seen this before? Tristan, he walked Justin Turner. Turner, he took off for second base. The throw beat him by 5 feet, but his helmet saved him. I'm not joking. His helmet fell off and blocked the tag. Now, nothing came of that, but I did have to show it. David Fry, there he is. He ties it. J-Ram, he scores, only to have Spencer Horwitz crank one out. He's hitting .366 and 41 at-bats, which is nothing compared to this guy, the chosen Kwan. Steven Kwan has a new career high of 7 home runs. Oh, by the way, he's hitting .390. Now, that was after Cleveland scored a few runs to take the lead, and Josh Naylor, he added to it with a solo blast. Josh has 20 home runs. He leads first baseman in home runs and RBIs. He's not even top 3 in All-Star voting. Please go vote for Josh Naylor. He only has 2 days left. I guess Spencer Horwitz wanted to get greedy. He grabbed another home run. His second came right before Addison Barker had an RBI, so now it's a 1-run game, but that's where it ended. Clase, he did need 25 pitches to get his 24th save, but the Guardians, they sweep the Blue Jays, and Cleveland has won 5 games in a row. So we have some trade news. J.D. Davis was just traded for Jordan Groshans. If you're familiar with that name, he used to be a top prospect. He's been flipped a couple times, but J.D. Martinez is going to be a platoon bat against lefties. That's what Aaron Boone said. He was DFA'd by the A's, not because he's been terrible, but as a kind gesture, like, hey, we're going to DFA you so another team can trade for you. Over his last 10 games as an A, he hit .357 with the .471 on base. So again, they DFA'd him as a kind gesture so another team would trade for him. That's a parting gift for J.D. Davis. Now, why did the Yankees make this trade? Well, it's been revealed that Giancarlo Stanton has a hamstring issue. He's going to be missing the next month, and I thought that this was maybe going to be the year that Stanton stayed healthy for 140, 150 games. Now, to kind of add insult to injury, the Yankees, they started another game losing. Jared Kelenic, he has been very good out of the leadoff spot. Some guys just need to feel important and valued. Maybe that's how Kelenic feels as the first hitter of the game. He's got a 10-game hit streak, and Max Fried, he was nasty. Fried struck out Judge and Verdugo back-to-back to end the 4th inning. Kelenic drove in his second run with a sac fly in the 5th inning, and Ozzie, he wanted a little bit of a louder RBI. He smoked a line drive to center. Volpe, he drove one to center as well. His went to left center, though. Volpe now has 27 extra base hits, 15 stolen bases, and 11 outs above average. He then did what Yankees fans hate. They loathe this. It happens way too often. He gets thrown out trying for third base, and again, Yankees fans despise that. Judge, he singled it past Austin Riley. Here we go. New York, they have a rally. Oh, no. I think that they hate this more than they hate outs at third base. Verdugo is now 2 for his last 27 after going nuts in his return to Fenway. Juan Soto tried to call time as the guy was literally starting his move. Obviously, it wasn't granted. He did not get ejected, but he had an issue with it. Raisel Iglesias, he has 20 saves on the year. The Braves, they're 8-2 over their last 10 games. The Yankees, they've been slipping. I will say, though, the Yankees, they picked the perfect time to start losing ball games because out of nowhere, Baltimore is on the verge of getting swept by the Astros. The 33-year-old Albert Suarez, he got lit up by Jose Altuve, who now has 12 home runs, a 130 OPS plus, while basically hitting 300. Yainer Diaz, he singled in Bregman, and within 13 pitches, the Astros already had 3 runs on like 4 base hits. Jeremy Pena, he laced a double. In scores Yainer. Dubon, he kept it moving. The mound visit did not work. Mauricio Dubon has been a rock star this year, and even dating back to last year, he's got 27 RBIs while hitting 298. Finally, a good moment for the Orioles. That's 22 consecutive games with the home run for the Orioles. That is a brand new franchise record. Westberg, he has back-to-back games with the home run, and Jordan now has 13 on the season with the 142 OPS plus. He's a rookie. Jeremy Payne went to the same spot that he went to earlier in the game. That's another RBI double for the 2022 ALCS and World Series MVP. He's got a bunch of extra base hits. The defense is back to finally being elite because he really struggled on the defensive side of things to begin the season. Framber was fantastic. He went 7 innings with 7 punch-outs. For just the second time since Adley Rutschman got the call up to the big leagues, Baltimore has been swept. The Houston Astros have won 5 games in a row. Don't look now, but the Mets are on the verge of being 8-2 over their last 10, just like the Braves. This was on the day that Ryan Sandberg got his statue revealed in Wrigley, so hopefully the Cubs can, well, the Mets said LOL to that. Lindor, what a beautiful swing. He's got 20 doubles, 13 home runs, and 13 stolen bases. Can Mets fans go easy on this guy? He's going to start off every season slow. He's been doing that since his days in Cleveland. Lay off the guy. He's really good. Brandon Nimmo, another Oppo Taco. He and Lindor go back-to-back. Nimmo has 11 home runs. This is cool. I mean, unless you're a Cubs fan. Luis Severino, he seems to be back kind of, or at least I hope he is. He struck out 10 Cubs, 10 over 6 shutout as well. His final pitch was 98 paint to get Bellinger. Sevy now has a 3.2 ERA and a 3.9 FIP, which are both pretty solid numbers. Now, speaking of solid, Morel, he made some solid contact. That is a 2-run home run. He has 15. Morel went 420 feet, and Mark Vientos said, that's cute. He went 451 on this Titanic blast. He has 7 home runs and a 151 OPS plus. Mets fans are forgetting about Brett Beatty, who is currently destroying AAA. Is he a 4A player? Let me know in the comments. But here's where the Edwin Diaz drama came in. Before he even threw a pitch, he was ejected. Edwin, he said post-game that he did not have anything on his fingers, belt, glove, but the cameras showed otherwise, in my opinion. Shout out to the crew for that shot because there was definitely something on his fingers. He gets an automatic 10-game suspension. Drew Smith, he got the first 2 outs, but Dansby, he extended the game. New York, they went to Jake Diekman. The Cubs, they went to Patrick Wisdom, and Wisdom was not happy, but my guy, that was a clear strike 3. And just like that, the Mets, they have won 8 of their last 10. I forgot to mention in the intro that Paul Skeens was on the bump yesterday. Now, before we show Paul, Scherzer, he's back. The Astros, they won 5 in a row, and the Rangers, they're trying to win their 4th in a row. Hopefully Scherzer can get them there, and Max was almost unhittable. He got Bobby Witt Jr. to chase a high fastball, only 94 miles an hour. That's something to note, but I think he's going to get it up to 96, 97 as the season progresses. The Royals starter Alec Marsh, he was painting fastballs as well. He matched Scherzer pitch for pitch through 3 innings. Max got MJ swinging, and down goes Blanco. He's through 4 shutout, and Marsh, he couldn't keep up with that stat line. Langford, he's been a monster lately. He's hitting 340 with 16 RBIs over his last 13 games. Leote, that is a lucky swing. He missed it completely, but it found no man's land. It's 3-0 for Max, who not only was through 4 scoreless, but he had yet to allow a base hit until MJ Melendez stepped in. Max, he bounced back. He gets Renfroe. He ties Greg Maddux all-time in strikeouts. So his first game back, his day ends after 5 frames. He was very good. Only 1 base hit. Josh Smith, have yourself a first half. He's probably not going to be an all-star, but he's playing like an all-star. He's hitting 303 with 17 doubles, 7 home runs, 6 defensive run saves, and a 2.5 F4. He's tied for second best third base F4, just behind Jose Ramirez. The Rangers, they do win their 4th in a row. All right, here we go. Paul Skeens is back on the bump, and Yandy Diaz apparently is cool with that. He's smiling. Paul is smiling as well. I guess they both thought that was funny because it was the first pitch of the game. It goes off the foul pole. Skeens said, nah, that's enough for you guys. Randy, he whiffs at it, and that is an early Christmas gift from the umpire. Izak, he strikes out on a ball that was 3 feet outside. Now, staying with Izak, he couldn't grab this Reynolds chopper, so Brian Reynolds now has a 20-game history. He's the first Pirate since Nate McLeod in 2007-2008, so it was between 2 different seasons to have a 20-game hit streak. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Tampa Bay got to Skeens momentarily in the 3rd. They singled 3 straight times. The bases are juiced for Paredes, but This is as perfect as it gets. Cabrine, he steps on the bag and he fires to end the threat. Brian Reynolds stepped up again. He ties it. So I know that he has a 20-game hit streak, right? But over his last 28 games, he's got 14 extra base hits and 21 RBIs while hitting .322. Paul, he was smiling again, but not because he gave up a home run off the foul pole. He ends his night with 102 through 8 starts. He has a 2.14 ERA and 11.8 strikeouts per 9. He's basically been Steven Strasburg 2.0. Tampa, they won though. Randy, he skied a sac fly, and Richie Palacios, he added an unnecessary insurance run for a single. Just the second time this year that Pittsburgh has lost a game in which Paul Skeens started. Pete Fairbanks, he secured his 11th save. Tampa, they're trying to course correct and get the ship in the right direction. I think they're 1 or 2 games away from being back to 500. Now, since we talked about the Jays, the Yankees, the Orioles, and the Rays, we're going to talk about the final AL East team. And Boston, they won the Connor Wong trade. Now, I'm just going to let Boston fans have that. We won't talk about the Connor Wong trade in depth, but they won, right? Connor is hitting .330 with 7 home runs as a catcher. And now we're going to skip to Cincinnati manager David Bell. He didn't like this ball 4 call, even though it was clearly ball 4 in my opinion. He's ejected. It was a very passionate ejection, though. I'll give him that. It didn't really fire up the troops because India, he airmailed a throw. Romy Gonzalez, he scores. And then Jaron, he ripped an RBI double. He has 39 extra base hits already. Please go vote for Josh Naylor and Jarren Duran because All-Star voting is a joke. I mean, Duran's not even top 20 in All-Star voting for outfielders right now. Jeimer Candelario's crazy June continued with an RBI, but look who's at it again. Jarren had 3 base hits, and this is as automatic as it gets. Rob Refsnyder versus a lefty. I mean, he's a glitch. That is a 2-run home run, and he's always been a glitch versus lefties. Wait, what's going on? Cincy, they're surging back. Stevenson, he jolted an RBI double. Espinal, that is an RBI single. Fairchild, another one for the Reds. It's now 7-4, so a save opportunity. Kenley, he prefers that because he got the save. He has 15 on the year, and also, by the way, he's now 2 ahead of Craig Kimbrell. He has 435 career saves, and just like the Mets and the Braves, the Red Sox are 8-2 over their last 10 games. The Red Sox win by 3, and the Phillies, I'll spoil it right now, they also won by 3. Alec Boehm, he leads baseball, by the way, with 27 doubles. He got on base for Nick Castellanos. Nicky Two Bags only got 1 bag, but hey, it's still an RBI. That's a single. We skip to the 6th. Stott and Marsh, they both took some walks. Now we have a balk, and I know that this was 100 miles an hour, but it was a flat 100 down the middle. David Dahl, he smokes it. That is a 2-run single. Justin Martinez, the guy that gave up the 2 runs right there, he had allowed 2 runs all year. And the Phillies, they doubled that in 1 inning. We have some more ejections. Joe Mantiply, he was accused of coming set before Garrett Stubbs was ready. That is a brand new rule. You cannot come set until the hitter is ready. Arizona's bench coach and former manager of the Rangers, Jeff Bannister, he got tossed, and that's a cut right there, my friend. Bryson Stott, he singled home the other Vegas boy, Bryce Harper. Jeff Hoffman, he does allow an RBI to Ketel Marte, but he's Ketel Marte. You'll live with that. The Phillies, they do win. They're now 51-26, but we can't move on until we show Christopher Sanchez. This kid shreds. 7 shutout, no walks. He did that on 80 pitches, so he's out after 80 pitches. He's their number 5 starter technically because Taijuan Walker's contract makes him a 4 starter, but Sanchez has a 2.6 ERA, a 2.4 FIP. That rotation is disgusting. Colt Keith, his arrival might actually be solidified and confirmed. So ever since he ditched the leg kick a few weeks ago, he introduced a leg tap instead. He's been insane. He goes Oppo Taco for a 2-run home run, and he was not done on the day. I'll talk about his stats in just a second because the bad man went yard. Akil Badu, that is his 19th home run. The stats are wrong, by the way, if you look him up. They haven't updated since his first home run. He has 19. I promise you guys, I'm not lying. I am lying. Colt, there you go, attaboy. He's letting the ball travel, which is huge for a lefty because sometimes lefties, they're prone to leak a little bit and try and pull everything. He had a 3 RBI day, and Riley, he had 3 RBIs on 1 swing. That is his 15th home run. He's top 10 in F4 across all outfielders in baseball. Gio Urshela, this was a fantastic play, but he's very lucky that Martin Maldonado was running. McKinstry, he got Detroit into double-digit run scoring with a home run. Break out the pizza celebration. Wenzel Perez, he had 3 base hits, so he scores Colt Keith. Both Wenzel and Colt both had 3 base hits. Detroit, they win by 9, and ever since Colt Keith went with a toe tap, the rookie is hitting .315 with an .811 OPS, which is not crazy or anything like that, but it's an improvement. And what's kind of funny is Jarren Duran, who we've talked about a lot, he erupted with a leg kick. Colt Keith, he started breaking out once he ditched the leg kick. So that's why we love baseball. There's so many ways to find your groove. Jake Berger and the Marlins got to Bryce Miller early. It's 1-0 on a heat-seeking missile. That's with 2 outs. And here's another 2-out base hit. Wait, is it Nick Gordon? Did he get it? He does. All 4 runs came with 2 outs. Nick, he really needed that 3-run home run because he's been one of the worst players in all of baseball. Jesus Sanchez, I mean, that's a no-doubter, a moonshot, his 7th of the year. He has 12 extra base hits and a 910 OPS over his last 20 games. He's been on fire. That's all that the Marlins needed. Well, Luke Raley, he got one. And, well, the Mariners got a few more. J.P. Crawford, he then went up the middle for an RBI. Wait, I might have lied to you all. J-Rod's up with the bases loaded. 2 outs. He laced one to right and Ada Lopez. That is a walk-off web gem. J-Rod is now 4 for his last 24 with 0 RBIs. He has to get it going if the Mariners are going to keep up in that division because the Astros and the Rangers, they're getting healthy and they're looking a lot better lately. If you had Alec Burleson being the Cardinals' best hitter of 2024, congratulations. You are literally Gandalf. Alec went to the left side and Mason when he scores easy. Brennan Donovan, he's been really good as well. He added a double in scores Burleson. He and Burleson have been putting the team on their backs lately. And is this Matt Carpenter? It is. The 93-year-old got jammed, but it fell in for an RBI base knock. Is that Alec Burleson again? Just like Anakin, Burleson, he wanted more. He's hitting 305 with 19 RBIs over the last few weeks. Sonny Gray, whoa, he was perfect through 6, 18 up and 18 down. 6 strikeouts as well. Make it 19 in a row. Make it 20 in a row. Elliot Ramos, he chases for the 7th strikeout and dang it. I mean, that's Patrick Bailey. The switch hitting catcher is hitting 292 with a 136 OPS plus, so there's no shame in allowing that guy to ruin the perfect game. Gray, he locked back in. He strikes out Jorge Soler, so 7 innings, 1 base hit, 8 strikeouts, and as soon as he left, his bullpen, stop it. Wilmer, that is an RBI double. That scores Chapman. Slater, he did his job. He made it a 1-run game. The Cardinals, they are in a desperate need of a momentum switch. And the former Giant Brandon Crawford, I can't believe he's not even on the Giants anymore. He should have retired a Giant. That's an RBI double. Just his 3rd RBI of the year. Either way, Ryan Helsley, he gets Chap looking. He has 26 saves on the year. The Cardinals are now 2 games over 500 after winning 3 in a row. The Giants, they're flopping. They're 6 games under 500. They've lost 5 in a row. Sal Frelick just turned in one of the goofiest swings I've seen in quite some time. Like, he legit chopped at that like a sword, and his helmet's flying off in the process, but hey, it worked out. He's a big leaguer. I'm sitting at home talking about him. Blake Perkins, he flared one into shallow left, and he just chipped it in. 2 RBIs on that swing. Bryce Terang, he is so good. I don't know if he's going to start the All-Star game, but both he and Perkins can fly. Terang, he scores Perkins, and he legs out a stand-up triple. Terang had a grand slam a few days ago. He's got 21 extra base hits and 26 stolen bases. Tyler Black was the 8th Brewer to hit in this inning. He makes it 5-0. Now, we've already talked about these guys, Perkins and Terang. They wanted to team up again. Perkins, he doubled, and Terang, whoa, he's not going to beat it out. Even though he can fly, that is a fantastic play from Jake Cronenworth. Padres kept up the momentum switch. They got 1 on the board. Luis Ariz, I'm just going to throw this out there. He has a career 324 batting average and a 120 OPS plus. He just turned 27, so can he get to 3,000 base hits over the next decade or so? He's at 750 right now. Let me know in the comments. Tobias Myers, he got Profar guessing. Yeah, that was a changeup down the middle, but because his sequencing was so good, he threw a fastball before, so he sped up Profar's swing, broke out the off speed. Tobias now has a 3.1 ERA. No save opportunity for Trevor McGill, but he did go 1-2-3. He's got a 1.9 ERA. The Brewers, they're 45-33. That's pretty dang good. Oh my God, this is bad. This is very bad. Very, very, very bad for baseball. Just a few days after Bailey Ober went CG, I mean, he was awful all year. And the same kind of goes for Pablo Lopez, but he showed off the 95, 96 mile per hour sinker. It might be a fastball. Don't quote me on that. He had a few strikeouts early. Byron Buxton, 435 feet for his 5th home run. So, I mean, if Pablo Lopez and Bailey Ober get going along with Joe Ryan, and then you have Correa, Lewis, and Buxton all breaking out, the Twins on paper are insane. All right, Pablo, we get it. You're very, very good. He struck out the side in the 2nd inning. 5 of his first 6 outs were via the strikeout. There's another one, the changeup away. 7 strikeouts through 3 perfect innings. Make it 4 perfect innings. Andujar, he whiffed, so he has 8 punch-outs. Talking about Pablo Lopez. Make it 9. Rooker, he goes down again. And Correa, he kept it perfect with a snag. He spins. He throws out Tyler Soderstrom. 5 perfect innings. To the 6th we go. You got... 96 in his back pocket in the 6th inning. That is strikeout number 10. He wanted 11. 96 on the paint again. That is a new season high for Pablo. Can he go 6 perfect? Dang it. Lawrence Butler, he ruins the perfect game and no-hitter. Pablo Lopez, he was on pace for one of the better starts like ever. He was still all-time nasty. He strikes out J.J. Leday for his 12th. Rooker's down again. He struck out 3 times. That was 97. He's 1 away from tying a career high. And Nevin, he can't catch up to it. 14 punch-outs over 8 shutout frames. Just 2 base hits. By the way, Buxton had another RBI on a double, and Jax had the save, but the story was Pablo Lopez. The last Twins pitcher to have multiple 14 strikeout starts was Johan freaking Santana. Pablo Lopez, if he's back, just watch the heck out for the Twins. Look at Michael Toglia going 460 feet. He's having a crazy season because he has 7 home runs and 5 defensive run saves, but he's only hitting 194. The Rockies actually drafted him twice, once in 2016 out of high school in the 35th round, and then again in 2019 as the 32nd overall pick. Jake Irvin of the Nationals, he was disgusting. At one point, he had 5 swinging strikeouts in a row. Make it 6 on that sword right there. Jake Irvin, he had 10 strikeouts over 6 innings. He has a 3.1 ERA on the season. Kyle Freeland, he went 6 shutouts on 1 base hit, but we don't really have time to show him because his bullpen is ruining his chance at a W. Jalen Beeks, he was Jalen Cheeks again. He allowed a base hit, then he couldn't capitalize on the sick glove flip from Ryan McMahon. CJ, he got to second on a pass ball, and his knee kind of stuck in the dirt, and he missed second base. So he's actually super lucky. That was a terrible throw, and the lead's getting away. Lane Thomas, he doubled the deep right. Oh no. Joey Meneses, he completes the comeback. That is a rocket RBI single. Finnegan, he got Toglia guessing. He was probably looking for something up or maybe an off-speed pitch that was 98 down that froze him. Finnegan has 22 saves. The Nationals, they're 1 game back from being 500. Look at them. Well, everyone, that does it for today's MLB recap. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, do me a favor, leave a like and subscribe, and make sure you stick around because tomorrow I'm going to be releasing my All-Star ballot, the first All-Star ballot, and then we'll make a second one in the next few weeks. So thank you guys for watching and enjoy the web gems.
Fly ball right center field. Marsh, he's out toward the track, going toward the wall. He jumps and he makes.
Tyler Freeman hits a fly ball. George Springer on the run, dives.
Nicky Lopez.
Nice backhand by Espinal. Long throw, got him.
42-35 record entering this game, and Lewis lifts a deep drive to left field on Duhar going back. He leaps.
There's a ground ball by the mound, and Cronenworth glove to glove.
He's Fernando Valenzuela or whatever.
Oh, and Lindor.